Hi everybody, it's Saiid Zamani with Keller Williams Realty here in PA. This meeting is being recorded. Its design class is April 30th, 2:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So one of the strongest and most capable area of Command Platform is our design. They used to call it Sketch House, or in the beginning, Executive Committee used to call it Sketchy House. In the last 6-7 months, it's gone from a lot of sketchy, glitchy, to one of the strongest and most contributing to what we do. And as far as what designs can do, it's a lot. You use designs to print, to mail, to distribute, to text, and almost whatever you like to do on social media. So we're going to go into that, and we're going to go through some basic function of design within Command Platform. Any question, concern, keep that till it's over. This is going to take about between 17 to 20 minutes. And the last 20 minutes, we're going to discuss and go over things that you may have seen or you may have issues with. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to start. Now, one of the biggest things is how do you get into designs? In case you have never done that, or you may know, we're going to show this to the rest of the folks that are watching this. And we're going to go over on top here where there's a KW logo. You click on the KW logo and the menu extends out or expands out, so it's easier to see which logo is designed. And then you come down and click on the Designs tab, or sometimes we call it Applets. As you enter the design area, this is actually, I would call the parking lot of where all your designs are saved. This is not all the designs that Command offers, because there's a couple of hundred up to a couple of thousand different versions, right? And on top here, you see the different tabs representing different categories within designs. One is the email. There's the email templates I'm building, landing pages you create, including your websites. Make sure you don't delete anything here. And then you have social tab, which is all social media things that you create. Print tab, which is your listing presentation. As you see, I created a listing presentation yesterday. Anything that has to do with print. And then your agent site, which is right up here. These are the websites, pages on your website. I would say recommend, unless you know what you're doing, you don't want to touch things here, because you can end up deleting certain things that you have added to your website. And then you have neighborhood videos. So for today's class, we're going to start with an option for print. Now, if you hear other agents or you may yourself have experienced this, you're like, there's no designs, it's empty. What's going on? Well, again, like mentioned earlier, it's called the parking lot for where all your designs are. As soon as you save, you create something, it shows up here. To create a new item in designs, you can actually go and look on the lower right corner where the plus sign is and my cursor is. And then you click on the plus sign and you have the different selection within designs. Now, the cool thing is if you have maybe a Canva PDF file, or if there's another PDF file that you like to copy or look over or redesign, you can actually upload those. But that's for next and the following weeks, more kind of advanced. So today we're going to click on print here. You can actually import photos and text from an existing listing. However, I would not recommend that right now. That's for next sessions. And then click on next. It can take a couple of seconds sometimes to pop up, and you see in the upper left corner all the way up, Chrome is working on it, and sometimes you see it in the lower left area, and it's going to bring up the actual operations part of designs. So design appears, all the different designs are up here on the different categories. And whichever you come in for, you can actually see them right here. Now, remember, we came in under print. If you want to switch to social, you can do that here too. It's not a problem. It's just a matter of a couple of clicks. Today, we're just going to create a regular basic flyer. And that could be, for example, for sale. if you look on to the left, if you want to create a flyer for open house, listings, or if you're doing open house for somebody else, you want to go under the listing category. It doesn't exist on the buyer category. It's just different layout. We're going to click on for sale, for example. On top here, you have different categories. And for the purpose of this class, we're just going to create a flyer. It's called Flyers and Letters tab. And these are actually loaded with more designs the last couple of weeks, or I would say about a month or two now. One of the better flyers and simple flyers is one right up here. It says for sale, number 3. You can download it if you like, or you can actually send it to command. And people are like, well, what do you mean send it to command? It's the same thing as clicking on use. What it's doing now is actually loading up your design areas, right? So now we are in the actual area where you would design it. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. In the lower right corner, you have the zoom options. We're going to zoom it up to 100. Does everybody see that? You good? All right. So as we're going through this here, we're going to look up a listing, and you can bring a listing by clicking on the KWLS here. I'm going to go into, you can actually bring up prior listings, you can bring up new listings, pending, you can do all those. You can search by address, MLS number, KWLS ID if you have used that, listing agent, or co-listing agents. So Mike Coleman, I'm going to use yours if you're okay with that, and see which listing comes up. And Mike, I'm going to use a Rosehill one.
Just for ease, you're welcome to use my new listing that went on Monday.
Good. All right. So is it Tom Lowy?
Yes, it is.
All right. So we're going, it doesn't pick it up. Tom, what's the address on that?
1405 Greywall, Greywall.
Is it Greywall Drive?
Lane.
Lane. And where is that at?
Wynwood. It didn't find it. There it is.
Yep.
So why did it not find me? Why did it not find it under me?
It could be big.
Just curious.
When did you? All right, we're going to figure that out. You have listing details you can enter and photos. So for the main photos, I would say instead of dropping it in, we're going to use one of these photos. If you pay attention, there is this refresh or called replace. You click on the replace image and look what happens on the right on the picture. Now, obviously, Tom, the picture gets cut short because of the design. You can actually go in, remove the photo, and as you extend the photo out, it shows more of the photo. Right?
Right.
That's the one. Now,
yeah.
Let's just imagine this photo is right there. You can resize it to your best option. And if there's any other photos, you can do that. You can move the photo, you can move, and if you pay attention, folks, you see the dotted blue line, that's actually your liner helping you, and it's telling me that right now it's in the middle of the box. You're going to drop it there. And then up here to the left, if you like to use this, you can do it. You can also edit these by yourself. So one of the best tricks or tips that I got the last couple of months is you come in here, you're like, oh my God, I got to double tap. A lot of people don't like it. You're like, I got to go do this. It's not convenient. And here's how you do it. You mark it up next to the font area. There's something called a typewriter. And when you click on a typewriter, there you go. So you can actually edit it. 1405. It was Greywall Lane, you said?
Greywall Lane.
Yeah, Lane, and that's in Wynwood.
PA.
What's the zip code?
I don't know. I don't live in Wynwood.
000. So that's what it is, the zip code for today. And then what? Oh, you know what? It got too late. Not a problem.
It's 19096.
Thank you. So you go up again to 19096.
096. Thank you, whoever said that.
That was Michelle.
Michelle.
So you can move. You see these, not the dots, not the circles on top here. In the middle, right here, you can actually extend it out so it becomes one lane. And then as you move it, you start to see the blue line. We're going to up here. You can still change this, or for sale, you can also put it just listed. It's how you pick up the design. Now, Tom, I just need you to have quickly here. You see these guys as one box. You mark the box here up to the typewriter, click on the typewriter, and we're going to say, Tom, how many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 1 full, 2 half bath.
2 half baths.
1.2.
Well, we want to make sure.
Just 1 full bath is fine right now. The 2 half baths aren't worth talking about.
Yeah. So it's
1,500 square feet, $320,000. Built 1930. 25, sorry. 1930 and 325,000.
320,000.
25.
Okay. So I couldn't hear you. There you go.
That's okay. It's just a sample.
There you go. And then what happens is, again, how do you fix it? You mark the box, you go up, you actually mark the box, you go up to the typewriter. Right there.
Now, where did that bar go when it disappeared? You click something to get the bar back across the top.
You click on the box here, this one.
Okay.
You have to mark it, right? That's number one. And then photos, what you could do again, you click on the picture. You can, let's do this photo, for example, outside. Let's do the outside. Right here, replace, as that. You mark the photo. You can do it however you like. You can also drop this in, but if you drop it, it's going to bring this in. Do you guys see this?
Mm.
That's not convenient. So what you want to go back. So these are some of the things that frustrates a lot of agents because they're like, well, it doesn't work. I have to do a lot of work. It takes 15 minutes. It's going to take you about less than 10 minutes to do it. So you come in here and then refresh again. You can also use it as a background. Watch what happens if I say use it as a background. You don't want that. So, but you go back in, mark, refresh, and this one is having difficulties to load, so we're just going to put another picture in there. Then the text here again, mark it. Like Tom, the answer to your question was, how do you do it? Mark it. You start to see the dots or circles and the lines.
Okay.
Don't do this, guys. If you do this, it resizes your box. Right? So if you want to edit it and change things, mark it. And then you want to control the size of the font. And another trick here is you like, there's too much space. I still want to keep this designed. You go up to this icon right here, spacing. You can change the line spacing. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also change the word spacing. This becomes very valuable when you have a lot of text for a huge listing, but you still want to keep things simple and concise with the item. See that?
Mm.
And letter spacing, you can actually change. There we go. Done. So all good. This one still didn't do that. It's not a problem. So here's another trick. You mark the one that is next to it. You copy it, Control and C, and you drop it in again because it's the same size. As you bring the photo, I think you should do it now. Let me see. It should actually show the blue lines because it is an object right there. You drop it here, you mark the photo, you go back out, and you want this done. And there you go. So instead of resizing, shaping, just copy, drop it, and you should be good to go. And then you want to get the, the photo change or the logo. You can actually go up here to the left, logos. Let's say you want to have this logo, or Devin Wayne, whichever you want to do.
Devin Wayne.
Right. Because this is not the right logo size. I just dropped it in, move it in, and bring it in because the logo is not the right resolution, Tom. So then design, market, typewriter. And that. And that's definitely not Tom Lowy. So we're going to take that out. And I'm going to drop in. Here's another thing you got to pay attention to. This is the latest update. Okay. What we do, I was actually, I just a question. So the way you resizing things, yeah, there's no double click here. You can double click, or I'm sorry, you can right click on a mouse. If you right click on a picture on the mouse, this are the option that comes up, right? If you double click on it, there's not much that can happen with that. It just gives you these bars on top. Now, one of the new addition to design is going to help a lot of us if you need pictures for future things. Once you mark a picture, as you see right here, or this one here, pay attention to the up left corner. See that here? There's images. Well, you may have images. You can upload a row. You can actually upload your own pictures by clicking on add, and you can bring it out or bring it up, upload. You can also bring it from Google Drive, Dropbox, Instagram, and Facebook, because these are all connected through your Facebook page when you connect the profile section. So this is great. Now, look what happens when I go back to company. App image, lifestyle at home, or activities. Well, this one, we want to go at home. We click on at home. We actually have our own library of thousands of pictures. If you guys remember Getty Images, that's a huge company that does photos. We have similar photos. These are all copyrighted. Keller Williams offers now. It's all here. So let's say, for example, you want this photo, again, like we discussed earlier. You mark the picture. You come in here, you click on refresher, and there's your picture. So whether it's a listing, just sold, just listed, open house, event, red day, whatever you want to do, you have now a library of pictures.
Wait. That just substituted in for a different picture than one you had where it's next to my name.
Right, so I'm going to go back to that. That was my next step. So we can go back and go in to the photos that we had it before, and then go back out and click on replace. And if you want a listing agent logo, so
well, could you just drop a different picture in that spot?
Yes, but let me just get this done. I'll go back to that. So one of the things that are important, if you don't pay attention up here, you see the images, guys? Right here, there's images, text, icon, logos, and KWLS. Now, here's what happened. Again, pay attention up to the left where images are, because that's how you can locate the different pictures, as you see, right? If you go away, again, pay attention to the top left. If you go away and you click on a text box, it's no longer there. Those are.
Thank you. I thought I was muted.
No worries. Bless you. So you can drop any pictures, Tom. So you can go to library. I can add this. Look what happens because I don't mark the picture. If I just go in and I hit this photo plus, it drops a big picture. Now, obviously, you know, you may want to resize it to your liking. Just mark this, hit delete, drag the photo as you see here, resize it. When you see the circles on top, pull that and resize it down. And then up here, mark the box up to the typewriter. This is probably going to save you a couple of seconds extra because you know it now. And we're going to do, Tom, that's exercise 8300 app. So a lot of people may not know your app code. And this is very important to have it handy or know, I'm sorry, know where you can go get it. And how do you find your app code the fastest way? There's two ways you can do it. Since command is open, you just open up command in your agent.kw.com. If it pulls it up, because we don't want to get out of design, it takes a couple of extra seconds to come back. All right, it's not working with us here. Come on. Slowing us down. Let's just save this here. So this is actually how they look. And this took us approximately 19 minutes, right? Now, after you're done, make sure you pay attention to top here. This area up top, you can change the name of the file to Tom Lowy Test Flyer, or some folks write it flyer. And then if you see here on top, it says saved. I would always recommend go back to file, click on file and hit save. Again, just double save it. You never know. How do you download it? You can now download it as a JPEG to post it on social media. Sharing on social media is not advised through this way. And I'm going to explain to you why. This is the sharing button as you see here. If you share this, you have an option, which is great. It gives them a certain link. I'm going to share this to my page. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it shares, so you know why I'm telling you to, it's better to download. This is it creates a JPEG. Right away, when you do that, it creates a JPEG, and you're going to share it on my news feed. So now I share that. Great, all done, right? Now let's see what it looks like after you're done. So this is what it looks like, which is not bad. But it doesn't serve a purpose because it sends them somewhere else. It doesn't send them to your website. When somebody clicks on it, it goes to staticvbrand.com website. There's not much they can do here, right? That's why it's recommended. And I always suggest, come in here, click on the download button, and it gives you an option to download as a JPEG, download as a PNG. It's just a different background. The way you can actually, it's always JPEG is better for what we are trying to do for social media wise. You can change the resolution. If you share this on the regular social media, whether it's like 90 to 100, you don't see the difference. You can also include thumbnail, web. These are different, like in a different style if it's needed. And you can also share that if you have a publisher, let's say Tom, for example, is actually sharing this with his printer. He's trying to download everything in a printer. You don't want to do that on a JPEG. You don't want to send a JPEG to a printer. It's not going to come out right. And they probably most likely going to ask you to send them a high resolution CMYK file, right? So how do you do that? You go up to the PDF tab right up here. Click on the PDF tab. You want all the designs, and then you want a high resolution. If it's a delicate booklet, flyer, whatever that is that you want to print, and it's for a very nice home, like every single home, and you want to make sure the resolution comes out good, you want to go with a CMYK because CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And those are actually based on the actual colors you see, because the colors you see on the screen is called RGB. Your eyes cannot see the CMYK. These are LED screens, right? And that's for a separate discussion. But for the best resolution, you wanted it CMYK as PDF. Now, if you're doing a 20 pages listing presentation, You don't need a CMYK because it's going to take a big file. It's going to take a couple of seconds. So just know whenever you need it, you can do it. So for the purpose of this class, I'm just going to download a JPEG. I'm going to click on Start Download. The more pictures and text and pages you have, the longer it takes. So this is going to take about, like, I guess, 10 seconds. I'm going to download it. And let's see how it looks. And it brought it up on this screen. Do everybody see this? All right, great. So that's one of them. That's how you create a basic flyer in less than half an hour, I would say. So what I wanted to also show you when you go back, this is not where you see all your designs. You go back, you X out of here, and when you X out of here, you go back to where design is. And this is actually where the flyer is. You can rename it if you want. You can also make a new copy. So for folks that are doing a lot of listing, I created my own customized listing presentation yesterday. I had one of the first original listing presentations virtually. And you can customize the pages. It's a total of 17 pages. I can click on Show All Pages, and there they are. Now, because of time we are, it's actually a hard copy is going out today overnight. The consumer already has a copy of it too. So when you do these things, if you have more than one pages, just make sure you know, for example, I'm going to go back. We discussed it on Tuesday's call. If you don't know what it is, you may be creating a same copy of this like flyer. And I know Mike Coleman knows about it. I don't know if Mike's still here. So quickly over to listing presentation. There's two versions of it now. You can actually click on one of them, use. Very important item here. You don't see anything here because the way it's designed is for you to bring in the pages that you want, right? And when you click on pages, there's nothing here. There's only one empty, which you cannot do anything about. These are your templates, as you see here. So if you click in, add a new page, it shows up here, and it shows up page number 2. Then you can go back in here and take out page number 1. A lot of times I've heard agents, they keep copying this, or they click on this again, and it just creates a white page. You don't have to do that to bring in a new page. If you want to design a page from scratch, you can. All you have to do on the left, which is your templated area, you can just actually go in the pages you want and just click on the plus sign. You go back in again, you click on a plus sign. You do have comp pages, and there's another cool one here. Let's see if this one works here. If you want to close this down, you just have to click on pages down. Now, you're like, well, can I bring in listings? You can actually bring in old listings, KWLS. If you want to bring listing guys, KWLS for old listings or new listings, you click on that. I'm just going to go into one of the former listings I had. There it is. It doesn't show the pictures. We're going to select it. The photos are taken out, obviously, because I think we deleted those pictures. But if the pictures are there, you just bring up the listing and you can do your comps right here. Again, these are just options. So we are done for a basic flyer. And if anybody has a question, please unmute yourself, ask your question or concern or things that you want to create, but you don't know how. Go ahead, guys.
Well,
Melissa,
I learned a lot. Thank you.
you're welcome. There's a lot of, and there's a lot of frustration among things. And one of the things that a lot of people are struggling with is, oh my God, I'm here. How do I change things? Guys, a lot of these things are, you can actually change things. Let's say if you come in as an agent and you see a flyer that you like, but you want to make it to a postcard, you can. Don't stress out about it, because you go into large postcards. Let's say, or you can actually start it from scratch. You bring this postcard up. You can bring in pictures, take out the pictures. So a lot of the good thing with designs are you can actually change a lot of things. You just have to know how to do it, right? So background, let's say you want to create this size flyer because it's very nicely done, but you want to bring in app images. Again, you click on the picture itself.
Saeed, is there a way for the pictures on the left to appear bigger, like you did in the lower right-hand screen for the middle part?
Please, can you repeat that again?
The images, can you make them bigger to view them easier?
No.
Okay, so you can only view the body of what you're creating. You can only look at those to be bigger.
Correct.
Okay.
You can actually bring this here. Let's say we want to create that. We just switch that with the app. You know what? I don't like this one, so I'm going to take everything out. And introducing the KW app. You know what? Let me see if I can change that. I'm going to go to my library. Under text is not here yet, and I just have to know. Does everybody here know how to locate their app code? The KW app code?
You started to tell us that. I guess you couldn't get to the,
So great.
it took me a while.
Thank you for shaking your head, because I'm going to go over it now. Let me see. Sometimes I'm not sure what it is. There you go. It just showed up. So that sounds like me there.
How did you, can you open two screens at the same time and you're both in command? How did you do that? Did you?
I open up a new tab. You got to be careful. I don't, you know what? I don't have a straightforward answer. Yeah, you should be fine. But with anything technology, and because it's cloud-based, who knows, you may end up having issues. But I have done it plenty of time. I don't see an issue myself, but if you, two tabs.
So where do we go?
So you open up.
Open a new tab in the browser and then go to your command the second time in that browser. So you'll have two tabs like Saiid has at the top, both of them in command. The first one is pointing to when you're in designs. The second one is pointing to when you're in your dashboard.
Thank you, Tom. So we're going to go into our profile, settings. And when you're in the settings, you want to go under connect settings, marketing profile. You can locate your app code right down here. However, there are a lot of agents that may have not gone through marketing guide or haven't updated their items. So this is one way of it. Again, your profile area, settings, and then connect settings and click on marketing profile. Another way you can do that to locate your app code is click on a consumer tab on your command platform. The consumer tab applet is the one next to the last. And then in the site and app settings, click on URLs, and there's your code again. You can also copy. You click on copy.
Can you do that one again?
Okay. You click on consumer section on the left in the menu. And then click on the site and app setting on top to the right here.
Oh, okay.
And then under the URL tab, right here, scroll down and click copy, go back to the other tab that you had right here. You see it's already marked. Click on a typewriter on top here, Introducing the new KW tab app. You can actually enter more text. Just rest assured, we're going to fix things. And click on save. You can come back down here, click on the box, make the box a little bit bigger, right? Drag the text up here. On top here, I usually like to have 12. You're like, oh my God, it doesn't say. Well, this arrow thing right here between the two circles, you see there's a line right here. See how it changes? Drag it out, and you're good to go. And then I like to drop in a KW logo. I think, let's say this one looks good, dropping it in there. Put it up there, put it left, whatever you want. I'm going to leave it up here. It looks good. Now, the purpose of this flyer is not about to print it. I'm just going to create a JPEG and put it on my Facebook page, for example. And then I'm going to drop in my picture up here.
So can I ask you how you got stuff in your library?
Sure.
Just file upload and it goes into your library?
Yeah, you can actually create your own library. Let me show you how that is. Hold on. We're going to go and save it. I did that in the beginning when design was uploaded, and therefore, and great question, by the way, it's going to alleviate a lot of pain. So when you're in Command, you come up here, go up to my designs. Let me see if it's up here. Bear with me for a second. Okay, click on library right up here. They changed it. It used to be on top there. When you click on library, you can actually write in your information. You can also add in certain text. I have to change these. And this is where it comes in. Logos, I put it in the logos. You can also put it in the images right here.
Awesome. Awesome. I have one other quick question.
Sure.
I noticed that when you were doing the design and the listing presentation, I guess, okay, I thought these, okay, going back to consumer, in the consumer thing, I'm about to lose power. Guide builder. I thought that's where it was, but it's not there. That guide builder, can you click on that?
I did, it's right here.
I had a much harder time editing that, but maybe it was just because I didn't know about the typewriter.
So we're going in here. Guide writer, guys, it's when guide writer is very good if you have a client that downloads the app or a client that's going through the process of buying or selling. Otherwise, to me, there has to be a purpose behind it. So, and yes, you're right, it's a little bit different. I actually met the Google engineer that heads this part. There's a guy that, and his team, they only do the guides. And the ones that are coming out, it's going to be fully customizable. So, and you're right, you click on the box. And I had difficulties, and last week, when I updated something, right here, you see where it says you can now tour a home virtually with Saiid. This wasn't updated on my website yet. So some people,
Saiid, can you move those boxes? I tried to move them the other day and I couldn't rearrange the order.
this way,
But how do you rearrange the order of the boxes?
He's dragging and dropping.
drag and drop.
Oh,
Now,
let me try it.
great question. A lot of times, if you get a, sometimes I think it is the browser. If you're in Safari, most likely you're going to have difficulties because this is, I think it has to do something with there's a name for it as far as graphic change. Oh, you know what? Flash. It has to be Flash supported, right? I think there's something, so it's interactive. But you see that, Michelle? I'm drag and dropping. So now here's the funny part. You know what? I'm going to move home warranty all the way to the bottom. Now again, this is not part of the designs, but it kind of is, right? And then it's all done. But if you go on my page, and you log into my, all right, I have to have a valid page address. I don't know what password I have. I might have to register another guy in my website. All right, so we're going to go in and sign up under Mr. Blah. Password is going to be password, the strongest password ever, password 1. So, and I guess I'm like Johnny Smith at hotmail.com. And let's get back in there. So, all right, I'm all set. And as soon as you go in, so we are done with design, you should see Mr. Blah Blah just registered on my website. So it's working there. Guides on the buying side, did it work? What was the last one here? Home warranty and close.
Yeah.
It's not there yet.
Oh, it's not?
No, because close comes ahead. No, look at the.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Yeah.
So, guys, I have heard people think update fast, but if the consumer have their app downloaded or going through the process and you do this, they should be getting a notification. Hey, you just went from this stage to that stage, and these are all fully customizable. But like Anne said, you may experiencing difficulties with this.
I have a very quick question, Saiid.
Sure.
You were talking before about when you were making a Facebook, a design, a JPEG, and you said that you could share it right from command, but you didn't recommend that. And I missed the second part of that. How do you then, if we design something that we want to put on our Facebook, how do you recommend we put it out on Facebook if we don't share it through command?
That's a great question. I appreciate you asking that. So here's what we do. There's 2 ways you can do it. So I created this. This is actually, guys, everybody should have this. This is pretty cool. I created this, Diane. Again, great question. So you can, I downloaded this. Diane, here's what you can do. There's 2 ways. You can download it as a JPEG, right?
Mm-hmm.
The manual work, usually you download it and you upload it.
Right.
Or and you can save it and then go into Facebook, obviously, and you can upload it right here, which you see I already done that this morning. I did on my phone, actually. And then you go up here and you upload. So that's one way. Because you want to go to your Facebook page or business page or community page or event page, something that you can control and you can see. So people get, it's just the tracking part of it. Then another way you can do it, Diane, which is very helpful in campaigns, right here, under social post. Now you're like, well, how do I get it here? Don't worry about it. We're going to show you how it is. It's a couple of steps. You create a new campaign. You want to do social post. It's free. There's an option, choose from designs. Click on browse library. And Diane is right here. You click on that, look to the right up here. Is uploading the design you just created. It's going to tell you this is the best format, one-on-one. Do that, and there it is.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. You can actually write a post, put a link. For the purpose of this, we're going to write, thank you all first responders. You can use, they recommend, this is based on Facebook. They do a lot of research. I always want to make sure include ownership. So when you do that, it usually comes up in a lower right or lower left, as you see here. Not sure why the logo doesn't appear. So when you design it, just be aware, don't put anything on the lower left, lower right. So Diane, that was a great question. And then you can actually say, you know what, I want it published immediately, or I want it published at a certain time. I'm like, you know what, go immediately. I have a couple of pages here. I'm going to put it into virtual open houses, Chester County. It's already there. And I'm going to say publish post, and it's going to go there, right?
So it'll go right to someone else's page as well, not just yours, if you wanted it to.
Is
Well,
is that all your pages?
Yes. So
Okay.
you can't post on other people's pages, Diane. So, but I have about 35, I think 35 or 45 different business pages. So I go in here and virtual open houses, Chester County, I think it was at, yeah. And I click on that. And it should be right here if this one wants to work with us. There it is.
Perfect. Great. Thanks again.
You're welcome. So guys, if you're traveling, if you're busy with, and at home, you're trying to do some stuff while the kids are sleeping, while the husband is out, and you have your own time, you can actually schedule a whole entire month and be done with it. And based on, let me see if I can find it, traffic for Facebook. This can be, we are done. I'm just going to give you a couple of tricks here. Let me see. There is a couple of pages that track the best times for, there you go, there it is. Sprout Social is a page that measures the best time to post on social media. Facebook versus Instagram. And I think they said based on a couple of million posts over a couple of years, best time to advertise or post on Facebook is Wednesdays at 12:30. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Good to know.
that's what, I mean, they track all the algorithms and different things. So let's see if, there it is. Facebook usage among key demographics. They do that. They show where everything is. Income levels, high school educations. And if you look, Instagram usage has grown. 40% of people 30 to 49. 21%, that's still a lot. So why am I showing you this? Why do you want to care? Because as we all go into a broader social media virtual world, us as a whole Keller Williams community, the more we know how to advertise and dominate the market, because somebody does a lot of stuff, somebody else can actually benefit from it. It's called market share, right? They say, be the president of your data bank. I would say be the president of social media too.
Can I ask you a completely separate question? I don't know. I mean, we're past the time, but I have a command
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
I have been creating, getting my database in a position to upload. And I did it as a CSV file. And I used the template right off of the, command, put it in the right columns. And it tells me the columns are not parsing or some crazy thing. Is there, and then when I did it another time, it said, oh, you already uploaded this, yet none of the contacts I uploaded are actually visible. Where do we go for, who do we, I don't know who to ask. Any clues?
So if I understand you, yeah, there's a place right there, the chat, the support, and we can talk about it. And after this, I'll give you some insight there. But you can actually contact support. You just have to stay on support because they have a couple of 100,000 requests. It can take a long time. And then I'm intrigued to know why that CSV file is not uploading the correct way, and maybe take a look at it because.
Well, maybe you and I can Zoom and you can look at it that way. I can show it to you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ann. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Melissa, did that answer your question? I know you had a question. It was good?
Yeah.
Okay. Pat, you good? Awesome. Tom is good. I know. Joe, how you doing?
He's muted.
I'm
There he
good.
is.
So I just want to make sure.
Yeah, thank you, Sally.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Ivana, always nice to see you. Rashida is here. Andy, you're good. Kim, how you doing?
All good, thanks. That was helpful.
All right, guys, we're done for the day. We are very strictly want to make sure we stay in line, everybody's time. So as of today, we stop the recording. Have a great day and see you guys soon.
Thank
You too,
you.
Saiid.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you, Sally.